Hi. Uh, hi. I am sick. You can tell by my voice. I think I sound sick. I feel sick. But it was worse yesterday. So I'm gonna try it and play the video games today. Final Fantasy. Might do Hollow Knight, might do Mega Man. First Final Fantasy. Wrapping up Stormblood.
Of course, our work is decided. I shall return to the palace and have my ministers begin work on implementing the particulars of the plan. If I could prevail upon you one more time, Ryugo, I would ask that you convey the details of our negotiations to Commander Hext on your return to Alamika.
Yeah.
My thanks again. Together we've laid the groundwork for an endeavor which promises to benefit the people of Alamico and Ul'dah both.
I was helping the Munchkin out last time, and she was like, oh my god, the country, I've never been here.
Ryugo, you're back. What did...
Nanamo, oh sorry. Are you allowed to talk about your audience of the Sultana? So, Raban says he's going back to Ul'dah, but she isn't sure he wants to. That's something we don't know. But I'm pleased to hear she's committed to helping our refugees come home. And this plan to revitalize does make a lot of sense. Quite how you convinced her to seek Lolorito's help is another question. After all that has happened, he is the last person I expect to turn to for advice. But on a more practical note, please, I assume the interim government elects to accept Ul'dah's proposal. Putting my volume down. I have one caveat I would like you to include in your bargain. Alamiko must be permitted to cover a portion of the interest. We have a fortune at our disposal, after all, and allowing Ul'dah to provide the entirety of the capital will afford Lolorito too much control. Honestly, Alphino, it's like Kugane never happened. What exactly does a ruthless profiteer have to do to earn your trust? But yes, you do make a good point. First things first, though, we need to discuss this proposal with the Salt Tree's residents. Whisker, how do you fancy explaining the Sultana's plan to your grandfather? I'd like to hear what Wad thinks of the idea before agreeing to anything. By the way, Commander, would you mind coming along, Ryugo? Might need to fill you in with the details. And I shall come as well. Should Wad wish to discuss figures, my knowledge of the nation's finances may prove useful. What? Where's what? I have cough drops that I'll probably be like sucking on all day. Stuck on drops. What manner of mischief brings you youngins to Ul'dah this time? They want to build the saltery, Granddad. Here you go, tell them about the deal. Well, bugger me, I've never had the coin or the hands to place back to how it was, but it sounds like that's about to change. Just one small wrinkle in your plan. Doesn't account for all the nasties queuing up to eat you when it goes near the shore. The king used to send soldiers to kill the buggers, but now the heroes won't be about to help the likes of us. Oh, Granddad, we'll take care of that. Commander Hext has been talking about starting up regular patrols. I'm sure she'd assign me to the lock if I asked. I appreciate that, Whisker, my lad. Truly I would. So does this mean you've gotten better with that blade of yours? Where is he? Like behind you. I've been training on it, but mostly to kill Imperials. You've some experience hunting monsters, don't you, Rigo? Think you could cast an eye over a few of the local beasties and teach me how to deal with them? Let's not waste any time. I'll see you by the lock. I'm coughing. Whilst you're busy attending the local fauna, I shall have Master Watt explain to me exactly what is required to restore the soldier to his former glory. Good hunting. Alright then, Rigo. I've got a spyglass here you can use to take a closer look at these pests. Once you've gotten them out, you can tell me what to do. See how well I get on. The look mechanic. The mechanic where you look at the game. Observe the Yeti. What is its weak point? I don't think it has one. I think we're fucked. Yeah? What's its weak point? What's its weak point, dude? Is it too strong? Is there like another one I can look at that might like be better? What is the Yabby's weak point? What is the Yabby's weak point? Oh, like its chin? Its chin is its weak point. Got a glass chin, just hit it right there. The Yabby's entire body is protected by a hard carapace, but the underside of the head looks soft and vulnerable. Looks like you found a Yabby. They say hitting their shells like smacking a rock. Any suggestions? Aim for the soft underbelly of the head. Vulnerable under the head, are they? Right then, wish me luck. Okay. Good job, dude. Thanks, Rigo. I did just as you told me, and the wave Ken went down like a sack of potatoes. Popotos. Let's find something else. Yabby! Think I can handle the Abbeys now. Should try something different. What else is out there?
Look around and find something for me to kill.
Stab it in the eye with your sword. Bobad's hands are large and powerful, but destroying its crystallized core should render the salt golem inanimate. You sense power pulsating from behind its brow. Bobad, I might defeat one of those. The core within its brow.
Hit it within the core.
Inside its head? I'll try and stab it right between the eyes then. He got flattened. The guy's flat. It's not easy fighting with the Liberator Valamika watching your every move. Got the job done. Thanks for the advice, Rigo. I feel a lot better prepared for my patrols now. Any road, we should head back to the Saltery before Grand God starts to worry that I've been snipped into pieces and fed to Yabby's hatchlings.
What's up? What? Hey, what's up?
Excuse me. Keep that one down. I see you've returned in one piece. You have those beasties then, did you? I thought of myself. A bit of instruction from Hugo here, like. Once I've shared what Evelyn of the others, we should have no trouble keeping the shoreline clear. Good lad. Fine young lad you'd become, Whisker. Fine young man, indeed. Too often of late I hear of the folks over in the city drunk on victory and hungry for revenge. They get stuck firmly in the past. We need to get our sights set on the future, and things which will improve our lot. Things like getting the Saltery ready to welcome our long-lost countrymen. It seems Whiskar has had the Saltery's security well in hand. I, meanwhile, had discussed the next steps with Master Watt and completed my inspection of the site. Little work, the vacant buildings here could be made into very presentable dwellings. Message from General Aldine. Apologies for the interruption, sir, but the General will speak to you all at your earliest convenience. Do not feel obliged to wait around on my account. I will remain here to hammer out the finer details with Watt, and act as an intermediary for our business partners in Ul'dah. You should go. General Dean has asked you wait for him by the main gate in Alamegan Quarter. My apologies, sir. Fare you well. Yeah. Rebound should be here any second now.
Apologies for the wait. People are screaming for the butcher's blood again. No sooner have we broken up one mob than another forms. Thankfully, all have been amenable to reason, thus far. But it is no concern of yours. We must speak of the men Arenvald and his comrades apprehended in the peaks.
By their uniforms, the captives were first judged to be Imperial troops. But after further investigation, their true identities came to light. I dare say you remember Yuyuhasi and Laurentius, the fugitives who conspired with Captain Ilberd in the Crystal Brave's betrayal.
Yeah.
Well, it would seem they followed him all the way to the wall. It was they who orchestrated the slaughter of the resistance fighters prior to the Griffin's infernal ritual.
Were it in your hands, how would you punish these men?
Don't kill them.
You would spare these animals. Yours is a more merciful brand of justice than mine. In any event, I thank you for your honesty. When the time comes for the Alliance to pass judgment, I'll see that your opinion is heard. Well, that concludes our business here. But there is more I would say. Walk with me. I bear a share of the blame for Ilberd's atrocities. Had I openly supported the cause of Alamigan liberation, he might not have felt driven to do what he did. Things could have been different, and I'm sorry they aren't. But even after all that has happened, my homeland is free. With the Scions and the Alliance at their side, my countrymen have reclaimed what many thought lost forever. Under her new leadership, I have every confidence that Alamigo will emerge from the shadow of the Empire and rise once more to greatness. Which means my work here is done. Soon I will return to Uldar and take my place at the Sultana's side.
Does little Alamigo get deleted? Do they just leave?
Father...
I'll not deny there's a part of me that wants to stay. The same part that contemplated renouncing my rank and joining you as a wandering sellsword. But I pledged my blade to Nanamo, and I will not betray that oath.
Is this truly what you want, Father?
It is. Ever has my sword been hers to command, and ever shall it remain. Thank you for lending an ear. When all the rest are clamoring for me to stay, I trust you'll send me on my way.
Nice rhyme. That took longer than I intended, but at least you know where I stand. Now that's settled. Arnold, what news? We have a problem, sir. The Venanta have arrived at the main gates, and I don't mean the Vera. They are Kalyana, the ones that summoned the Primal. They're insisting be allowed to attend a council. Lisa is trying to reason with them, but she may need help. An invitation was extended to all native beast tribes. We assumed the Kalyana would refuse it out of hand. We'd best go and see for ourselves. Pippin, take command of our forces and be ready for battle. Hugo, you've dealt with these Kalyana before. I'll have you at my side. The worst part is the perpetual feeling of dryness, no matter how much water I drink. Oh, is she up the big staircase? She is. Hugo, Rabound, gods, it's good to see you. Ah, the Slayer has come. We have not forgotten how you sinned against the Lady of Bliss. We did not come here to shed blood. You claim to seek harmony with all those who call Garibania home. If this is truly your wish, you will welcome us as envoys of the Ananta. It is our wish, and you are welcome. We cannot condone the summoning of primals. If you want to enter the palace, I must ask that you must first surrender any crystal jewelry. You have my word that it will be returned to you when the meeting is over. We will do as you ask, but you will not have our weapons. We are not so foolish as to place ourselves entirely at the mercy of the tormentors. I reckon that's the closest we're getting to a compromise, and we will have people standing guard. Aye, let them keep their swords. Then we have an agreement. Lead the way to your meeting chamber. Why do I have the feeling we've welcomed a viper into our midst? In the coffer. Oh, it's strong. Why not? Oh, it's not near. Yeah, armory chest. Yeah. Yeah, that's always the issue, isn't it? Grimoire. It's kind of cool looking. I'll give it a couple minutes without the Mog glamour. Just a little bit. The Kalyana Elder's intentions seem at odds with all we know of her tribe. What think of you, Ryugo? Perhaps even the enthralled can learn to compromise? You believe an understanding can be reached. Not entirely unheard of. I suppose those who followed Saint Shiva eventually sought reconciliation with Ishgard. Whatever the truth, I would take no chances. Guard must be strengthened, ideally with people who know a thing or two about primals. Can we rely on the Scions? Round up your comrades and send them to the Alamigan Quarter. You can go on ahead if you like, Ryugo. My thanks. I will see you in the palace. Destination. Your destination is on the right. Hugo, I've bought the reinforcements. Admiral told me of the arrival of our unexpected guests, and I agreed that it would be prudent to call upon Y'shtola and Thancred as well. They are main characters, and you haven't seen them in a while. One can never be too careful when dealing with the enthralled. I'm not familiar with the Kalyana tribe myself, but Alexei's report suggested that they shunned contact with other races. Despised it, in fact, even compared to Adelananta. Indeed, the parent of Ursulan attitude is most curious. No one experienced a response to our invitation. No one expected a response to our invitation, much less an envoy. And I imagine Lise was forced to make some rather hasty arrangements in order to accommodate them. Speaking of which, where should we deploy ourselves? If the meeting is to be held in the throne room, it would seem wise to have both eyes inside and outside the palace. Y'shtola and I stand guard without. It leaves the three of you to keep watch over proceedings in the throne room itself. Understood. You should join General Alin inside then. Hugo, do you know the rear of the entrance to the palace? On the eastern edge of the city at the top of the stairs. The guard there should have been instructed to let us pass. Oh, that's going to be a bitch to find, isn't it? Maybe it's just at the end of the main road. You're with the Scion, sir? General Dean left orders that you were to be escorted inside. Follow me. Excuse me.
Thank you all for coming. I am Lise Hext, and I speak for the Resistant. Among you are village elders, refugee leaders, envoys from the Ananta and the Kikern. You've come from every corner of Girabania to help decide the future of Alamigo. But before that, I want to ask you a question.
Have I met these guys yet? What is that?
What was the first thing you noticed when you came in? For me, it was that empty throne. It has no one to sit on it now. No viceroy, no king. Would any of you like to take their place? Or should someone else sit there?
Not all at once now.
Then let's sit here in a circle, as equals, and I hope, as friends.
Oh, you meant the ground. I thought you were gonna, like, pull out a table or something, maybe. There's...
Expertly done. Lys has removed monarchy as a choice early in the game, and positioned them to consider a joint government. All things considered, I would say events have got off to a fine start.
And that is Alagana's stance on the matter.
Thank you, Ragenford. Another vote in favor. Next, let's hear from Shanti of the Kalyana. Tell us, how do your people feel about the idea of a republic?
The Ananta wish only that those who dwell within Gir Abania devote themselves to our faith.
Kind of a deal breaker.
You shall all worship Sri Lakshmi! Lady of bliss, grace us once more with your beauteous visage!
She's back.
This can't be happening. No crystals were allowed through the door.
They ground up the crystals and put them in the water supply?
We can worry about the how of it later. We need to evacuate these people right now, or the Primal will make thralls of them all.
It's up to us.
Well, I guess they don't get a seat at the table now. She looks like the Starbucks lady.
Gods damn it! The guards were already turned! Fools!
No, you don't!
No, you don't.
The Kalyana would see us all enthralled.
Then they're going to be sorely disappointed. We have the Warrior of Light and Arenvold to shield us.
Aye, but they can't well defend your guests and attack the Primal, can they? We're stuck on the back foot.
All right, I think I have an idea. Keep these people safe, General. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Whatever she's about, she'd best make it quick. Come then. Who will be next to die on my steel?
No, damn it. If we think like that, we've already lost. I have the War of Lights at my side. We can do this. Use the duty action deflect to dissipate the Aether Thieves Lakshmi releases during battle. Deflect the spheres. Okay, so I have to fight her in addition to the spheres. I'm on sphere duty, but also... Wait, who got sphered? What? Are they spawning further back than I thought they were? Alright, this is a really cool song.
shall free you from your hate.
Oh my god.
Damn it all! It's only a matter of time before we miss one.
Yeah? How did she get out?
What of it? Do you want to kill this thing or not?
Like, thank you and all, but I don't think you're, I don't think we're square. I hope she's not expecting to be square. Where'd she go? Alright, everyone get out of there. You're gonna run away, right? I don't think I need to be doing anything right now. Are they just gonna hold her down while everyone else fights? Do I still need to look out for balls to deflect? Here the balls come. Active time maneuver. It's a good thing she can't, like, summon the balls when they're close by. It would be really fucked if she could.
Do not your souls weigh heavy?
I don't understand the egg mechanic. Oh, that's gonna hurt. She gonna do another egg moment? Gotta get in Fodola's egg. Why do you cling to your misery? Hello, Sally Devil. How are you? I apologize if I, like, sound a little congested or stuffed up. Actually, I'm kind of sick right now. Are we just waiting inside of this $4 bubble? Oh, we got a beer before the bubble runs out. Got it. Which is getting pretty close, actually.
Here it comes.
Here it comes. Duty complete. Oh, we did it! Well enough, just at work. It's been a while, I've been on Twitch, so I thought you'd find people playing my obsession. Thank you, I appreciate it. I am getting better, like I'm on the upswing now. Yeah, I'm going through 14 for the first time. Ideally I'd like to try and catch up before Dawn Trail comes out, but considering I am like wrapping up Stormblood, and that's a month away, it might be a long shot. But I'll do my best. I might, like, have a few marathon sprints beforehand.
We did it! We beat her!
And I've enjoyed everything up to this point, but Shadowbringers is the one where everyone tells me, like, oh, it's really good. Yeah, exactly. People, like... I had to have some motivation to help get through the end of A Realm Reborn. I loved Heaven's Ward. Stormblood was kind of a mixed bag. But everyone's like, hang in there till Shadowbringers. Excuse me. Made you cry a lot? I might cry. I do cry at games sometimes, so we'll see. Heaven's Word got me teary-eyed, but I don't know if I outright cried.
What is this?
I'm only gonna say this once. The Ananta just summoned their primal in the throne room. My friends are fighting her, but they need help.
I like Lisa
They
a
need
lot.
someone with the Echo, and by the gods, I wish I had it, but I don't. I told you before that you still had time, but things have changed. I need your answer now. You can end it like Xenos, or you can fight for Alamigo. Your choice.
Right. Fordola is not my favorite character, but this is an okay way to... You know, she's not, like, good now. I don't think she ever can be redeemed, but... This is fine, if you have to do something with this character arc. Yeah, I wanted to like Stormblood a lot. I really liked the parts that were in Doma and Hingashi and, like, in the eastern areas. But then it did, when you come back to Girabanya near the end, it just, like, totally, like, drops the ball, in my opinion. Which is a shame. But it had a cool final boss fight.
7 hells. It's her. The Butcher.
But King Thornton was a better final boss fight. Knights of the Round. That was awesome. It's always friendship. I'm also a bit remiss that because I am like trying to plow through the main story, I don't really have much time to like multi-class or check out side content. The only like raid series I've done was Crystal Tower because everyone told me like you need to go ahead and do this. Like you can't really progress without it. And you know, I'm just gonna be Black Mage the whole time, I guess. I might try out a new class when the new one comes out, but don't really have time to build anything else up right now.
It's done. Take me back to my cell.
She is content to remain in the cell.
You are not forgiven.
Yeah. Thanks, Ragenfrid. You main Dancer and now Reaper. I don't know anything about Dancer, but Reaper looks like a lot of fun. I was thinking about picking up either Reaper or Dark Knight. I'm leaning towards Dark Knight, that way I have a tank as well. But Reaper looks like a lot of fun. 2 days ago? Nice. The cap right now is 90, right? And it's gonna be 100.
But I will thank you.
This is okay. This is a good way to do this.
For standing against a primal and saving us from servitude. You have my thanks.
She cries. Yeah, I'm not normally an MMO person. I never thought I would play one. But I do like Final Fantasy, and I have a lot of friends that play this, so they were like, you should try it out. And I've gotten this far, so I think I'm sticking with it. I don't know if it's gonna be like my main game all the time, but I think I do want to keep up with it, at least enough to like do all the major content. I mean, the only thing I don't like about it is, like, it is kind of a time vampire, and there's a lot of other games I want to play, but so far it's worth it. Ryugo, Arenvald, that was a near thing. Our stand against Kayana would have been brief indeed had you not volunteered for guard duty. You'd be enthralled as surely as our sentries were. They have planned this far in advance. Security was my responsibility, and I know how dangerous primals can be. I should have... it's my fault, my stupid mistake. Hey lass, we were all caught unawares. We'll take this as a lesson and watch our own more carefully in the future. Can be sure that the lackeys who smuggled the crystals into the throne room weren't the only thralls in our ranks. The soldier who first spoke up in favor of Kalyana keeping their weapons springs to mind, something. There's a lot of side stuff. Yes. There's a lot of... This game has... For all intents and purposes, infinite content. I could just play this and never another video game again if I wanted to, but I don't know if that's my style. Primal's servant is betrayed by his aura. If me to conduct an investigation, I can identify any others acting under Sri Lakshmi's influence. Thanks, Y'shtola. We'd appreciate the help. Speaking of help, I fell over when Forola turned up. What's she even doing here? I asked her to come. This explains. Well, that explains it then. It's sad, but Ragnfrid was right. Her victims will never forgive her for what she's done. I don't think Fordilla picked up that sword looking for forgiveness. She just wanted to fight for her country. You say the world in which Fordilla grew up in is partly to blame for what she became, then, as an Alamegan, you're responsible for improving that world. We can't ignore what's happening right now. We have to show people a better way than vengeance, or we risk giving birth to a new generation of skulls. I know it's idealistic, but I want to help people to let go of their old grievances, and make peace with each other. And I'll hold 1,000 meetings and talk till I'm blue in the face if that's what it takes. Used to play Elder Scrolls Online for years, but the quality dropped, and that's when you started 14. Plus you finished uni in December 2023. Oh, cool. I finished college in December 2018, and I was working full-time for the past 5 years, but I quit my job actually in December 2023 because it made me miserable, and I'm trying to find a new one right now, but it's really hard. But, I have some people to support me right now, and it's given me a lot of extra time to play stuff like this while I'm looking. A long and arduous path you've chosen, but one well worth walking. Rest assured that I will do what I can to help you reach your destination. You often know, the first step will be to get our representatives back on the throne again. Little shaken, but not one seemed ready to run. Well determined to finish what we started. See that you're not interrupted. Hugo, you and the Scions are to stand down. Get some rest, you've earned it. I like that between every patch there's an NPC that says, take a break. The job market sucks, you just got a new one. Yeah, was it hard to land that one? If I may ask, what, like, industry are you in? Because I do software development / engineering normally, and it's a really tough market right now to find something.
A fine spot to contemplate the heavens. The meeting is over.
Offering for our
The
satisfaction.
envoys have chosen to instate a government model on Ishgard's House of Commons, a ruling body of representatives elected by the people.
Good morning, Jonah. Yeah, I feel a lot better today. I do feel a lot better than yesterday. Yesterday I could, like, hardly talk, so I couldn't stream. I got really bored throughout most of the day. And I have cough drops to help me today. Zach left Ricola here when he moved out.
It is a fair decision, and one which signals the end of my part in all this. But I would gaze upon Girabania's stars one last time before I leave.
You know, you can, like, come back and visit Rabound. You're not, like, locked out of here forever. Biofield, lab support. Oh, that's cool. A technical role. Yeah, this is one of the people that's been helping sort of ferry me through the game that I was talking about.
Forget something?
What server? Famfrit, I believe, which I think is on Primal.
Your Grace.
If I remember right.
There was no word.
They're my favorites, by the way. I love these two. But I think they're everyone's favorites.
Rabon Aldin, you are hereby dismissed as General of the Immortal Flames and relieved of your seat on the Syndicate.
What?
But, Your Grace.
He knows what the heart wants.
Rabon, I am no longer a child. Stay here in your homeland. Work with your brethren. Rebuild Alamigo.
She knows him well.
You desire to stand alone. I understand, but remember what happened.
I remember full well the consequences of my naivety, and thus did I consult at length with the most trusted advisor ere I embarked upon this course.
She's gotta be really confident to say this. Imagine if, like, Rabound really actually doesn't want this and he's, like, sad and pissed because he feels unwanted now. That's not what happened. That's not what's happening. She knows him, but, like, that speaks to her confidence.
Trusted advisor? And what of me? Am I no longer deserving of your confidence?
What trust can there be between us when you withhold the truth from me? Did you think me oblivious to the anguish in your eyes when you spoke of returning to Uldar?
Oh, was he that obvious? Hey Faye, good morning.
Years, we have trusted one another.
Time's at 10.
But now you refuse to confess your heart's
You
desire.
dislike this little girl. Oh no.
I swore an oath to you that day on the sands. I pledged my sword.
And it has served me well.
But
in Pippin you have forged a new sword,
Pippin, we have
as
Pippin
sharp
now.
and deadly as the blade you bequeathed him.
He's one of the few that are acceptable. I don't... Why are the Lalafell so divisive? Like, in general. One of my biggest complaints with the game is, like, the hand-waviness of the ending of A Realm Reborn. They, like, set up some cool stuff there, and then just Heavensward, like, just... That didn't happen, don't worry about it.
will show
Biggest
you
complaint
a
about the
Sultana
game.
who can wield every weapon at her disposal, including Lolorito and his monetarist cronies.
Potato people. And I like potatoes.
So follow your heart, please. You are home.
I like baked potatoes, I like french fries, I like tater tots, I like chips. There's many ways to cook a lollipop.
Smile for me, Raubon. I would have this parting be a joyous one.
Thanks for the follow, Sally. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Your Grace. It has been an honor to serve you and Oda.
I'll keep playing this, and you can try and watch my vain, futile attempt to catch up before Dawn Trail. I also play other games, though, too.
Tomorrow you will serve Alamigo and fight for the good of all Eorzea. Am I understood?
Yes, Your Grace.
This is the courtyard where Xenos died, right? I mean, you're not entirely wrong. I'm gonna like the next 2 expansions. There's not a single person who hasn't said that to me, so it has to be true.
Thanks for shielding us from Lakshmi, you two. If you hadn't been there, the rest of us would be worshipping her by now.
At least you're here to see it. Unlike someone. A Xenos figure? 3D printed Xenos. Thanks. Oh, she talked. I didn't have to talk for her. She talked.
You're kind to include me, Lise, but we both know who did most of the work. I could scarce keep track of the battle, let alone land a telling blow.
Oh, he actually talks like that. I was just guessing. Or maybe I remembered subconsciously from before.
The Warrior of Light has put far better men than me in the shade.
What happened to all your channel points? You redeemed Meat Spin last time you were here. Well, no, it doesn't look like you've redeemed anything expensive. I haven't given you many opportunities to charge up the past week or so.
Did I mention that I encountered the Sultana in the palace? It would seem Her Grace has come to Girabania to oversee the final stages of her relocation project. She was in search of General Oldin, and I directed her to the rooftop garden. I do hope he was still there.
Oh, yeah.
The horror!
The ads.
Are you in the habit of gossiping about the affairs of royalty, Master Leveilleur?
It was good. It was more low-key this year, I feel like.
Certainly not, Your Grace. I was merely informing my companions.
There were, maybe less people I knew that went this year.
Beatrice, Alphino, 'twas only a jest.
Or at least I ran into less. Watched a movie, went to a couple panels, went to a Rakugo show, which was good. He does the same, setup every year because he only has one routine in English. But
I must yield the floor to Raubon. He has an important announcement to make.
But it was good. It was a good con.
As of yesternight, I have been relieved of my post in the Immortal Flames and the Syndicate both.
He got fired. We're gonna start saving for Momo next year. I think that's our plan too, yeah. I think that's our plan.
I shall be assuming my father's duties. And And may I say that Tizona has never felt heavier upon my back.
Pippin.
It would seem I am in need of employment. Mayhap one of my old acquaintances can introduce me to a mercenary company or some such.
Rebound's gotta go to
You may be getting on in
LinkedIn.com.
years, Father, but you'd struggle to find a band of sellswords who wouldn't snap your hand off. Your remaining hand.
We're going to Momo next year? Yeah, I think we are. I think we're talking about it. We haven't been yet. And as much as we like Animazement, it's you know, we gotta mix it up every now and then. The Rakugo show is good. I see him every year. He only has one English routine, but it's a good one. Because the thing is, he doesn't actually speak English, but he just memorized his whole routine in English, so it's actually really impressive. What is it? I think his name is Someta Hayashiya. He's really funny.
Yes, the bull of Alamigo need not be put out to pasture just yet.
Your Grace has developed a wicked edge to her humor, and you, Pippin, would do well not to laugh when the future may hold the same for you.
Well, that's kind of a threat, isn't it?
So, does this mean you're staying?
Yes, Lisa, it means I'm staying.
Aye, that seems to be the way of it. I would be glad to aid you in rebuilding our nation, if you'll have me.
Me and my pixelated outfit.
If, he says. Welcome home, Rauban.
So me is so high as shit. Hand is enormous. You're hired.
Well, that was unexpected. Though you seem distinctly unsurprised.
For me?
Either you're more astute than I give you credit for, or I'm losing my touch. In any event, one thing is certain. Alamigo will rejoice at the homecoming of her dearest son.
That gives me a reason to visit. Doesn't, the Syndicate position come from wealth and all that? Meaning that if Pippin actually is to assume that position, then Raban has to give him all of his wealth? I think it's time I headed back to Ralgar's Reach. What's next for all of you? Alice would be eager to hear recent events, so I shall join you, if you've no objection. Welcome the company. Ryuga, why don't you come along to the Reach as well once you've said your farewells to Nanamo and the others? Upon completion of this quest, you'll be able to access the palace's workshop gardens by peeking with the royal menagerie attendant. Well, what's so cool about the palace gardens? To fill up my friendship gauge. The cough. Next of kin. Excuse me, big turtle coming through. Return of the bull. And I don't mean the markets. You weren't here, but yesterday's title was goated? Was yesterday's title? I don't think I streamed yesterday. Oh, that was 2 days ago. Post-con sick and post-Stormblood ick. Yeah. Yeah, 2 days ago I was feeling like kind of sneezy and not great, but I could still stream. Yesterday I was like rough. Yesterday I was really rough. Well, here we are again. Alphanos regaled me with a thrilling tale of hidden treasure troves and mid-meeting betrayals, unlikely alliances, and joyous homecomings. It would seem I'd missed everything. I was patrolling the palace grounds with Thancred and his Shola when we heard the report of a primal in the throne room. I honestly doubted my own ears. But as I said, we were lucky to have our Echo-blessed champions nearby this time. I'll need to keep a closer eye on the Kalyana. You can say that again. The whole episode has reminded me of just how far apart our kinds still are. It looks like centuries of fear and mistrust can't really be washed away in a day. Someone has to make an effort at reconciliation if these conflicts are ever going to end. Naturally, a lot of people are crying out for vengeance, but I've been doing my best to calm things down. Violent reprisals will lead only to more summonings. Indeed, violence will ever beget violence, as the Empire has learned and it's cost the recent times. In any case, summoning Lakshmi was the broodmother's doing, and whoever replaces her might not be so keen on the idea. We'll just have to watch and wait. Which isn't to say we won't be putting our safety and our alliance in the Vira and M tribes first. I plan to have resistance scouts keep track of the Kalyana's movements at all times. My parents would be relieved to hear that. What are your plans for the rest of the resistance army out of interest? Are we to prepare for Imperial counterattacks? It would be a question for the Resistance newest recruit, a military commander far more experienced than me. What? The Bull of Alamigo? We call it an army, but the Resistance is a collection of smaller, independent groups. When Conrad passed his command on to me, that authority only extended to the freedom fighters based in Ralgar's reach. He just happened to be serving as the Resistance spokesperson at this time, so when he needed to take over the role while everything was in disarray, but time has passed. When I speak with the other leaders about reforming the army under new government, I'll be nominating Raban as the overall commander of our forces. He's more experienced than the rest of us put together, and we stand to learn a lot from him. Indeed, he is in all aspects an ideal choice, assuming he accepts the post. Alamigo will have a formidable weapon in its arsenal. And given the progress of Nanamo's resettlement initiative, I secret cause for hope the seeds. Alright, speed it up, speed it up. That we tend to keep our promise Alamigo blooms. Smile, 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 smile. Alright everyone, we came in 5 minutes under time. I'll just give those 5 minutes back to your day. Go Setsu. I do give thanks to the kami in my makeshift raft to withstood the fury of the seas. Their generosity ended, but coins in our pockets for new attire. We're doomed to look like so much jetsam. Oh, woe betide the poor man in a city of rich merchants. Might play 14 after work? You could do worse. Huh? Wait, what did I say? Oh, giving time back in your day? Yeah. Whenever a manager has said that to me, I wanted to take their face and like rip the flesh off. Especially if it's like under 10 minutes. These dongo are delicious. Will you have one? More sweetbreads. Rendered my blade to secure what few coins we have. Eat your hamburgers, Gosetsu. I love pretending to eat animations. Okay, did she get like bonked on the head? Is she like a different person now? Ah, like talking to a child. My fate saddled me with this burden I shall never know, but I am alive and I shall return to my master's side. Oh, Suyu, we shall find a ship to carry us across the Ruby Sea. finally got through the tutorial of 16 and you're excited to play more today. How many hours did it take to get through the tutorial? She must have got bonked on the head. That's like totally out of character. She got bonked. 2 hours of cutscenes. Oh, you got past the movie. You heard reports for Stormblood and Alamigo, and Lord Xenos put to the sword. You don't believe everything you read. Here the Viceroy was merely wounded, but he's already returned to the capital. Naturally, the savages beat their chests and proudly boast of taking his head, regardless. Nay, Lord Xenos lives? Beware the face stealer stealing his face. Horrible that our own officers should be fooled by Eorzean misinformation. Should I make a Jeb emote? Small wonder the provinces have begun rising up in rebellion. Must prepare for an official and above all, accurate announcements to quell these pernicious rumors. What are your thoughts about Xenos' death? I feel like him having the dragon, like... yeah, they kind of... We didn't know what happened to the dragon. Shinryu? We didn't know. So it was set up, but it kind of came out of nowhere that he just had it, like, tamed and that he could merge with it. But it was a cool final boss fight. And then, he fell. I don't think we killed him. He waxed poetic a little bit and then killed KYS, right? He did that with the katana. And then I learned that his face has been stolen. They did show that one of the ECNs stole his face. Or at least they heavily implied it. Plays Joshua. His fire attack was really strong and now I'm sad. Faye, I have not played 16, just FYI. I went in with Zach to buy it and I'm going to play it, but it got delayed because I started 14. And I thought, you know, if I play Final Fantasy XIV and XVI at the same time, I'm like gonna be in a bad spot. That's too much. I don't think I can play another Final Fantasy game concurrent with this one. At least a modern one. Or another, like, large JRPG. I have to, like, catch up on the MSQs in this first. I went in with Zach on it, though, because I do intend to play it eventually, and he wanted to play it now, so... My only regret is not getting a physical copy. Small wonder the provinces have begun rising up in rebellion. We must prepare an official, and above all, accurate announcement to quell these pernicious rumors. So why didn't you start with the short game? Because I was still being prodded to start this one. And I still wanted to get through this one before the new expansion, which I've known about for a long time now, but is getting closer and closer. See, 16 doesn't get a whole new expansion. You started with the 1,000-hour one and not the 40-hour one. Also, I always find it easier to knock out bigger tasks before smaller ones. If there's no rush on the smaller ones, it's easier for me to knock out the bigger one first and then clean up. If I can, starting a 40-hour game has felt intimidating in the past, but, like, if I beat 14, I can beat literally any game. Like, the time commitments do not, like, become a challenge anymore. You still haven't finished 15. I've heard mixed things about 15. I know a lot of people who just couldn't get through it. But it seems like everyone I know that's played 16 really likes it. Tidings from the east, except... I met Noctis in 14. Ryugo, great timing. I was just about to send word to the Scions. I've got lots to tell you. The Council officially recognized the Resistance as our outstanding army. I expect you can guess who's been appointed commander. Suffice it to say, we're in good hand. Having the Bull of Alamigo at the helm's done wonders for morale. People were dancing in the streets when the announcement was made, and we have you and the Sultana to thank for it. If you two hadn't worked your magic, he'd never contemplated following his heart. Well, he got fired. The council has also decreed that we are to maintain a presence at Rhaegar's Reach. Lisa will continue to lead our forces in the fringes, a job that she's been doing tirelessly. A bit too tirelessly, some might say. We were constantly having a reminder to rest before she falls over. That's an exaggeration, and I always get up again. Anyway, we can hardly afford to lower our guard now, not after our latest brush with Lakshmi. Speaking of which, we're keeping a close eye on the Kalyana, and it looks like they've chosen a new leader. It's, Shanti's daughter. You know, the half-dead one. For whatever reason, the Kalyana thought she was the best candidate. Which makes them leaderless, basically. They elected a puppet. If things stand, there's no prospect of engaging in talks, let alone coming to an understanding. I have only played 14 and am now trying 16. Yeah, in the time you've put into 14, you could have played every other Final Fantasy game in the series twice over. You were like level 60 by the time you finished the first mainland. I've been over-leveled for most of the expansions now, because I haven't really done much multi-classing stuff. It's like I've been reaching out to Fordola. She still won't meet my gaze, but she's given trying to ignore me. It may only be the odd grunt, but at least she's responding. I'll get through to her yet. Sorry, you could beat every other Final Fantasy 5 times over. Not including 11. That's its own ball of wax. You go. There you are. Alphino, LSA, is everything alright? We've received word from Tataru. Hancock has apparently acquired information of great interest and urgency. More than that, she didn't say, only that we should come to Kugane right away. A mind for the two of us to set forth together, but LSA is determined to make it a party of 3. For those who might be interested, Kristen, that is my spouse, for Sally Devil's information, is going to be away this weekend with some friends to the beach. So I will be home alone. I have no obligations going on this weekend, except I'm going to my parents for a few hours on Saturday night. I think I might use this weekend as a attempt to catch up as much as possible. So I might like be finishing what's left of Stormblood post game and like blasting through Shadowbringers like basically all weekend. Just FYI. You were surprised that the twins are still kids. I was too. I assumed that they were like I don't know, fantasy worlds usually have like this thing where elves live a long time and age on like a different curve. So I assumed that they were like way older than they actually are. But they're like teenagers. If I've told you more than a dozen times, brother, my wounds are quite healed and I would benefit from some fresh air. Besides, you may well need a pair of extra hands. Worry not, sister, I've quite given up trying to convince you. Whether we be 2 or 3, we should depart as soon as possible. You will be joining us, I trust. I was about to say I'd come too, but I'll just have to settle for cheering you on from afar. Good luck with whatever it turns out to be. Thank you, Lise. Rest assured, should this business prove to be of even tangential concern to Alamigo, I shall inform you without delay. Let us be off then. Hancock and Tataru await us in the Ruby Bazaar offices. I forgot we just left Tataru in Japan. She was like, I live here now. We invited her, like, back, and she was like, no, I think I'll stay. We'll get her back, but it's really funny. One thing I'm a little confused on, not that it really matters anymore though, the main villain for Stormblood was the Viceroy, right? Venos? Who is like a commanding officer of Garlemald. Garlemald's like up here, shrouded in mist. But he was in charge of both the front over here and the front, like, all the way over here. So he was basically in charge of the entire operation in regards to enemy territory, right? Like, both Eastern and Western. Isn't that kind of insane? Like, shouldn't that have been split up between different people? Like, he was over here, then he was over here, then he was over here, then he was over here. Yeah, Farlamald. Like, way up there. Like, it's Santa's workshop is up here. He's the son of the Emperor. I mean, I guess he wasn't, like, spread too thin. He was managing it until we showed up. But, you know, it seems like a big ask. He is the son of the current Emperor, right? Not the previous Emperor who I already killed. What was the relation of the current Emperor to the previous one? I forget. Was he the son of that guy, or some other descendant? It's like Russia, no one's invading on the Siberia side. That's a good point. That's a good point. They were like actively stifling. They were actively stifling in Gyerbanya, where in like the Doma and Hingashi area, they were like a given presence. There wasn't really like any expectation of an uprising there. At least that's the impression I got. They were like, yeah, we crushed them years ago. They're not coming back. Yeah, nepotism. Xenos was a nepo baby. Ruby Bazaar. We're going right into the cutscene.
My friends, thank you for coming at such short notice.
What is that a command? Is that like an extension I can add to the channel? Also, I think I'm gonna take a quick BRB. I need to like run to the bathroom. I'll be back in like 3 or 4 minutes. I'm gonna run an ad during the BRB, so don't go anywhere.